Hello, Namaskar, Khambagani people. Welcome back to my channel, Professor Tiwari. My name is Amrita, and today we're going to continue with the same topic, that is the fundamental unit of life. In that topic, so far we have discussed about the introduction, discovery, difference between unicellular and multicellular organisms, and cell structure. In that, we were discussing about cell organelles, and the first organelles that we discussed was the nucleus and the plasma membrane. So today we're going to continue with the next organelle, that is the endoplasmic reticulum. So let's continue with that. Endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. So we'll see with the help of a small diagram over here. So this also is your cell. Okay. This is your nucleus. Alright. Now around this nucleus, I just make it double membrane because the nucleus was double membrane in structure. So this is a double membrane and it's porous in nature. Okay. Now endoplasmic reticulum. So the endoplasmic reticulum looks like this. Okay, so this one is your endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, what is the structure of endoplasmic reticulum? First, we need to understand that this endoplasmic reticulum is actually a membrane-bound structure, and it's a long and tubular in structure. It is a sheet-like one. It's look like a oblong, bag-like structure like a cycles. It can be round. It can be tubular. It can have a different shape. But the structure it is always present in its network. Can you see? This is a network of endoplasmic reticulum. So, what is the structure of endoplasmic reticulum? It is present in. It is sheet or long. Okay, always present in network. Okay, what can be the next point? That it looks like long, round or oblong bags. That is vesicles. So this is about ER. Now, what is the role of a ER and why this ER is so important? See, there are two types of ER are being there. Okay, so if I just talk about the ER, then ER is of two types. How they are two types? They are classified into two types. How they are classified into two types? See, I just use another pen over here, the red one. And what happens is, like in the last class we discussed about the nucleus. So in nucleus, inside the nucleus, there's a thing called in center. This center thing is being called as nucleolus. Okay, this nucleolus actually produces ribosomes. Okay, and these ribosomes are released through these pores, through these nuclear pores into the cytoplasm. So these ribosomes come and gather in the cytoplasm. So they float in the cytoplasm. Always remember in the endoplasm one, not the ectoplasm cytoplasm, but it is in the endoplasmic cytoplasm. They float. Now, what happens? Few of these ribosomes, they will go and will get deposited on the endoplasmic reticulum like these. Okay, so on the basis of arrangement of ribosomes, these ribosomes, the ER, the endoplasmic reticulum, is actually being divided into two parts. Okay, now we'll look at the two parts. So two types, ER is of two types. First one is the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and the next one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which means if I just remove these ones from here and just make them without the ribosome. Okay. So these endoplasmic reticulum which have ribosomes present on it are being called as rough endoplasmic reticulum, and those endoplasmic reticulums that don't have the ribosome arranged on them are being called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so far what we have discussed, that endoplasmic reticulum is basically a sheath-like and long structure. It is always being present in the form of network. It looks like long, it is round or oblong structure, oblong back like the vesicles one. Okay, on the basis of this structure, the endoplasmic reticulum is again being divided into two parts, that is the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, that is called SER or RER. This is called RER. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is being called as RER and smooth endoplasmic reticulum is being called as SER. Okay, so on the basis of arrangement of ribosomes, the endoplasmic reticulum is being categorized into two parts, that is the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, now we'll discuss like what are the different properties, how these two different type of endoplasmic reticulum are involved in different cellular functions. Okay, so we'll give the diagram so that we can understand the whole thing. Okay, now we have discussed that there is a RER, rough endoplasmic reticulum, and there is a SER. Okay, rough endoplasmic reticulum, because of the arrangement of ribosome, is involved in the protein formation. So what it does? Manufacture proteins. Okay, whereas SER, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, these are the ribosomes. The red dots are the ribosomes. This blue one sac-like structure is your endoplasmic reticulum. So this smooth endoplasmic reticulum that does not have the ribosomes present on them actually manufacture. What will they manufacture? They will manufacture fats, molecules, and lipids. Okay, so they are involved in the manufacturing of fats and lipids. Now, where does these fats and lipids are being used? These fats and lipids are being used, which are manufactured by smooth endoplasmic reticulum, is actually involved in various lipids and fats involved in various important, because every cellular function is important, so various important cell functioning or cell function. Okay, so they are involved into that. Now, one more thing very important to remember over here, that proteins that are being made by rough endoplasmic reticulum and these lipid molecules which are being made by smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So when we say, I just write it over here. So lipids, I'm just writing protein, P for proteins, okay? So this is protein, lipids and protein. What they do, they combine together, lipid molecules synthesized by smooth endoplasmic reticulum and proteins synthesized by rough endoplasmic reticulum. They both combine together in the cytoplasm, and what they do, they manufacture, synthesize cell membrane. Okay, so they are involved in. So how does the cell membrane form? Because of the combination of lipid and proteins that we have already discussed. One very important thing to understand over here, that the cell membrane or the membrane of the endoplasmic reticulum, the membrane of endoplasmic reticulum is exactly similar to cell membrane. So they both have the similar structure, that is bilipid phosphate layer, it is being there. Okay, now so far we have discussed that rough endoplasmic reticulum produces protein, whereas the smooth endoplasmic reticulum produces the fat and lipid molecules which are involved in various cellular functions. Lipids synthesized by rough endoplasmic, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and proteins synthesized by rough endoplasmic reticulum. They both synthesize cell membrane, membrane of membrane of endoplasmic reticulum, as well as cell membrane. They both are similar in structure. Okay, now this whole process, I would say, this whole process what this whole process being called as? It is called membrane biogenesis. Okay, synthesis or manufacturing or production of cell membrane with the help of lipids and proteins is actually being called as membrane biogenesis. So this whole process is being called as membrane biogenesis. Okay, now moving ahead. Now we have discussed that the proteins are being produced. Okay, and so what is the role? Okay, and why these ribosomes are being there, and like what they do, are they always producing the proteins, or they do take rest? Okay, so actually when the proteins are not being made, when the so the ribosomes, like they float freely into the cytoplasm. Okay, basically in active cell where all the functions are taking place simultaneously, ribosomes, okay, I'm talking about these ribosomes now in the endoplasmic reticulum. So ribosomes, what the ribosomes do? These are ribosomes. Ribosomes. Okay, these are ribosomes, red ones, the red dots. Okay, so these ribosomes in active cell, the cell need to be active. For that, what they do? Produce proteins. Okay, this is a signature, this is a sign for protein, where just write P and make a small circle on top of that, a degree sign kind of that. So that is called ribosomes in the active cell. It produces proteins. Now what does this protein does? What does this protein does? This protein will be transferred to this protein, which is being synthesized by the with the help of ribosome and rough endoplasmic reticulum. What it will do, it will, once it is being synthesized, it will be dispatched to different parts of the cell depending upon the requirement. Okay, so what it will do, it is being transferred to different cell place, okay, different places of the cell, okay, for according to need, like whatever the need is, according to need. Okay, fine. Okay, now other than that, these lipids and proteins, they both, okay, now few part of the cell will be involved, like some of the protein will be involved in manufacture of cell membrane with lipids, some will be transported to some other part for some different functioning might be. Now more lipids plus protein, they also act as enzymes or hormones. Okay, so lipids and proteins, they together make enzymes and hormones also. Okay, now very important part to note over here is that because as we know that there are different type of cells are being there in our body, like the stomach cell is being there, the nerve cell is being there, there might be a liver cell is being there. Okay, so different cells are being there, and I have told you in the previous class that each and every cell contains the same type of cell organelles, which means the ER is also present in each and every cell of our body. Okay, but the ER can be different. Okay, the ER can be different, but it will always be present in the same network system. Okay, which means the network system will be same, but the structure can be a bit different. Okay, it can be round, it can be sheet-like structure, it can be long, it can be in the form of a cycle, like a bag structure. Okay, so ER is different in different cells. Okay, but present in network form only. Okay, all right, so far we have discussed about the ribosomes. What the ribosomes do in the active cell, they're going to produce the proteins, and that protein will be transferred to different places into the cell according to the requirement of the cell where it is being required. Like in some cases it will be required to synthesize cell membrane with the help of by combining with the lipid. Okay, and the process is now called as membrane biogenesis. In some part it will be it will again involve with the lipid, and it will form enzymes and hormones, which is very important for different cellular functions and for the body. Other than that, ER is different in different cells. The look of the ER can be different, but the whole arrangement, you can say, of the ERSA, which means it will always be present in the form of network. If you can see these network systems, okay, so it will always be present in that form. Now moving ahead into this one. What is the function of ER? Why ER is so important? Okay, like so far we have seen that it produces the protein with the help of ribosomes, okay, and it is also producing the lipids and fat molecules which are very important. Okay, now we'll discuss about the functions. Function of ER. Now, what the function of ER is? So ER is basically involved in the manufacturing of different material, okay, especially proteins, because proteins are the one which are being manufactured, and these materials are being distributed or being dispatched at different places into the cell according to the requirement. It is being there. Plus, these materials which are being synthesized by the ER can also be transported into the cytoplasm or into the nucleus. So it depends. Okay. So what was the first function that we have studied so far? In this one is that it produces different material, especially proteins. Okay, this is the sign for the protein. Okay, and this will be transferred to cytoplasm, different places in cytoplasm, okay, or between cytoplasm and nucleus. Okay, so it's being sent over there. Like enzymes are being produced, like hormones are being produced. So enzymes are always being produced into the cytoplasm only, okay, and then they are dispatched into the nucleus for the functioning. All right, so they are being dispatched over there. That is why it is being called as. What other thing? See, it is also providing a kind of a framework. This endoplasmic reticulum is giving us complete cytoplasmic framework for different materials to be formed or different biochemical activities to take place. Like it is giving its whole space to ribosome so that it can attach on it and can produce proteins. Okay, so provide cytoplasmic framework. For what? For different biochemical activities. Okay, fine. So we have discussed two functions so far. Now what about the other function? There is one more function. See, as I told you that each and every cell has all these organelles present into them. Same ER is present in each and every cell. Okay, talking about the liver cell. So basically the liver cell, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, these ones, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum present in the liver, they actually detoxify the high amount of poison and drugs from the body or from the liver. So what it does? Detoxify drugs and poison. Detoxify drugs and poison from liver. And who will perform this activity? By smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So smooth endoplasmic reticulum is also involved into the detoxifying the drug and poison, which means to remove the drug and poison from the liver. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum play a very huge role into that. Okay, it plays a very crucial role. Okay, so this is for the endoplasmic reticulum. Now, so far we have discussed about the plasma membrane, we have discussed the cell wall, we have discussed the cytoplasm, we have discussed the nucleus, and today we have discussed about the endoplasmic reticulum and a bit introduction about the ribosomes. Okay, now what other thing? There is a very important membrane is being there, or there is very important organelle is being there, which is actually associated with the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, how it is being associated, and it is also being named after a scientist. Okay, a very famous scientist who received a Nobel Prize actually. Okay, in 1906. Okay, so the next one is the Golgi apparatus. Okay, we'll just quickly go through it. Okay, so I'm not going to remove the diagram because it will be used again. So diagram will remain as it is. We'll just make some modifications into them. Next is Golgi apparatus. Okay, so Golgi apparatus is next. Now I'll make certain changes over here to make you understand more. I'm just removing this. Okay, I'll just make it over here. Fine. I'll use the black pen. Okay, so I'm just drawing it over here so that you can understand in this space. Okay, so this is your smooth endoplasmic reticulum. I'll just make it over here. Okay. All right. Fine. So this is endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes are attached. Proteins are being made. Now what will happen? There's another structure is being there, like this. Okay, these structures are called as Golgi. Okay, there was a famous scientist whose name was Camillo Golgi. On his name, this Golgi name was being given. So, given by Camillo Golgi. Camillo Golgi also received a Nobel Prize in the year 1906, okay, for his work on the nerve cells. He was working on nerve cells, and with one of his associate, he got the Nobel Prize for that. Okay, so we'll not go into that one, but yeah. So Camillo Golgi gave actually discovered the Golgi into the cell. And what does the Golgi do? What is the role of the Golgi? See, Golgi is also a membrane bound structure. Again, a membrane bound structure. Membrane bound structure. Okay, it is a membrane bound structure. What else? In association with ER, when ER and Golgi, they both come up together, they make a separate membrane network. Okay, or separate cell network. So Golgi plus ER, what they make? Separate cell network or cell organelle network, you can say. Okay. Now, why the Golgi is being so important? Why we are discussing even Golgi? The reason is behind that. See, things are being made in the ER. In the ER, the things are being made. But what about, as we discussed, that the things which are being made by the ER are being dispatched or are being transferred to different parts of the cell. But how does it take place? Do they like just come out and move away? No. What happens is they are being made over here. They are being transferred into the Golgi. So what is this? What is the structure of the Golgi? If you just look at first the structure of the Golgi is actually, they look like continuous sacs. Okay, and these sacs are being called as cistern. Okay, they are being called as cistern. All right. This arrangement of Golgi, they are like in 6, 7. They are like in a layers. Okay, they come like layers, like one after the other, like this one. So this is your ER. Suppose this is your ER. So below it will be a Golgi. Then again Golgi, 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 Golgi. So different type of Golgis are there. We'll not go into that, but just understand this whole structure, the whole sacs of the Golgi are being called as cistern. Now, why the Golgi is being so important? So just quick revision for the Golgi given by Camillo Golgi, who received the Nobel Prize later on. It's a membrane bound structure, again is covered being by membrane, Golgi and ER. They both together make up a different network that is called as a cell network. They make up. Looks like the structure of Golgi is actually a continuous sac-like structure which is being called as cistern. Now why the Golgi is being so important? See, the Golgi is being so important, as we have discussed just now, that there are things that are being made by the endoplasmic reticulum. But what about its transportation? Okay, so the things are being made. See, whenever we make something, that thing need to be packed, that thing to be modified if we need to modify that one, and then it's been dispatched to different parts of the cell. Okay, so what does the Golgi do? It actually modifies, pack, and transfer the material synthesized by ER. So this is the role of the Golgi basically. Okay, so what is the role of the Golgi? To modify, to pack, and to transfer the material which is being synthesized by the ER. So the things which are being produced, see, I just give you a quick example over here. So this is your ER. Okay, just attach few ribosomes over here. Suppose the proteins are being made. Fine. This is your Golgi. Okay. Now, I just make it. So this is, suppose a protein is been coming. So the protein will come over here. Will get packed. Now this protein is packed. Will transfer over here. Some modifications will be done, and then it will be transferred into the different parts of the cell. Okay, so what it does, the protein is being coming, it will have a wrapping around it, the modification will take place, it will get more complex in nature, and then it will be transferred. Okay, one more very important thing about the Golgi is that they make complex sugars from simple sugars. Okay, these are actually functions or a bit explanation about the Golgi also. Okay, so what is the function of Golgi? Basically, you can say that it modifies, it packs, and dispatches the things or the material which are being synthesized by the ER to different part of the cell. It is also involved in the manufacturing of complex sugar from these simple sugars. Okay. So far in the topic we have discussed about, in the cell organelles, we have discussed the nucleus, the endoplasmic reticulum, a bit about ribosomes and the Golgi apparatus. In the next class we will continue with the lysosomes, the plastids will discuss, and then we will discuss some more things about it. Okay, so that's all for today, and if you have any comments, suggestion or questions, please drop them in the comment box below, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share our channel, and hit the bell icon for more such updates. Thank you. Bye.